Once upon a time, these Hollywood husbands were not only living a lie, they put a ring on it too. Here are 10 famous gay men who married women. Elton John. It may be hard to believe now, but in 1984, this rocket man of the music charts was once married to Renate Blowell, a German sound engineer. During their 4 years of marriage, they never consummated their nuptials and spent their nights in separate bedrooms. After the sun went down on their marriage, Elton finally sang a new song after his coming out in Rolling Stone magazine. He is now married to husband Dave Furnish since 2005. Alan Cumming. Actor, author, and activist Alan Cumming was well known as a bisexual in his inner circle of friends and family, but he officially came out in 1998. Before he fell in love with his now husband Grant Schaefer, he had been married to his drama school sweetheart Hilary Lyon for 8 years. Alan says that Grant has taught him the frailty of life, the importance of family, and the power of love. James McGreevy. In 2004, the reasoning behind McGreevy's resignation as New Jersey governor blazed a trail through the political world. On a nationally televised stage with his wife and parents at his side, he announced that he had been having a gay affair. While that story wouldn't be a big deal now, the thousands of gasps and headlines that rippled through the nation are evidence that it was back then. James is now married to Mark O'Donnell and serves as a spiritual counselor at prisons and rehabilitation centers. Brian Lord. Brian Lord may not be a name you are familiar with, but he is known in certain circles as one of the most powerful men in Hollywood. As a talent agent, he scouts and rubs elbows with some of the biggest names on the big screen. Back in the early 90s, he presumably scouted Star Wars babe Carrie Fisher, a starlet to be the headline in his own life. After a child and 3 years of marriage, he traded Leia for a Han Solo and left Carrie for a man. Jonathan Plummer. Remember that book-turned-movie How Stella Got Her Groove Back? Funny enough, the main love interest was based on the author's husband, Jonathan Plummer. However, later in Jonathan's marriage to Terry McMillan, he was thrown in the spotlight for the wrong reasons. After he blindsided his wife by coming out, their dirty divorce laundry was aired all over the media. Their arguing outbursts on The Oprah Show and hefty legal suits probably gave Terry loads of ammo to use in her future writing. Jason Collins. While this isn't a marriage per se, it is a relationship still worth mentioning. In the limelight, he was known as a 13-year NBA veteran and happy fiancé of WNBA star Carolyn Moose. Off the court, he was a gay man living a publicly straight lifestyle in order to not disrupt his athletic career. In 2009, he cried cold feet and abruptly called off his wedding to Carolyn. Finally, in a 2013 issue of Sports Illustrated, he announced that he was gay and in retirement. He is known as the first openly gay man in one of 4 major professional team sports. Peter Mark Jacobson. Even though successful TV producer Peter Mark Jacobson, creator of the show The Nanny and its star Fran Drescher, ended their marriage after 21 years. Yes, you heard right, 21 years. They still remain friends and business partners. He had actually come out of the closet to Fran and their close friends 11 years prior. They shuffled prenups for profit and produced a TV show based on the story of their marriage called Happily Divorced. Talk about creating a good situation out of an awkward one. Oscar Wilde. Who's ready for a throwback? Famous Irish playwright and author Oscar Wilde was married in 1884 to Constance Lloyd, the daughter of a wealthy London barrister. Not only did Oscar's pages leave breadcrumbs that he may be gay, but the writing was on the wall in the home of the Wildes, as Constance secretly knew of Oscar's wants. The famed author was actually imprisoned for 2 years after being convicted of having an affair with Lord Alfred Douglas. Peter Allen. Liza Minnelli has never had a lot of success when it comes to marriage, and it all started with Peter. While his success as a songwriter and entertainer, with a dreamy Australian accent were hard to resist, his taste in men caused her to pump the brakes. She may have gotten this spousal curse from her mother, Julie Garland, whose second husband was Lisa's father, Vincente Minnelli. After 5 years, Judy discovered Vincente was actually gay. Little Richard. The only thing that should be surprising about this entry is that Little Richard was actually married to a woman at one point. It's no doubt that his family and fan base knew he was gay, but his show-stopping sequin get-ups and enchanting rock and roll voice left them without any judgment. He was married to Ernestine Campbell for 4 years, and he finally proclaimed his sexuality in 1995. They keep a knockin', but we already knew you answered that door long ago, Richard. Thank you for watching this video. Was there anyone listed that surprised you? Let us know in the comments below. Also, be sure to stick around for other videos we think you may like.